Now our question is, what is the format of formal letter? First of all, we should understand that the first point is the name and address of the sender. In the case of formal letter, we write the name and address on the left hand side of the paper. As you will see that suppose this is the page and we are writing starting the formal letter. You will see this is the name and address of the sender. We have not used commas after writing name or this address. Okay, you may also include email and mobile if required. If you think that the person receiving the formal letter may be using the computer and you expect that the reply the other person may give you on your email, then you may mention your email address and mobile. Then after writing your name and address, you have to leave some space. That is, if you are writing letter in the exam, you may leave one line, then write date. The format of the date should be in this way. First should be written month, followed by date, comma, then year. Or you may start with date, third, fourth, fifth, sixth, in this way, and followed by month and then year. Then after that, we have to leave some space. If we are writing letter by hand in the examination, we may have to leave one line. Then suppose you are writing a letter to the editor of a newspaper, then you will write it here, the editor, the Tribune, Chandigarh. If you know his name, you may write the same. If you do not know, you may write the designation of the receiver, and you will also write the address. This is the receiver's address. Next, in the case of formal letter, subject is must. Please try that the subject should be complete in 4 to 6 words approximately. Subject means what the letter is about. As already told in the previous video, that the subject is very important in case of formal letter. The authorities, whether it is the editor of the newspaper or the public authorities, whether it is principal of the school or the commissioner of police or other government organization officers, they may not have enough time to read the whole of your letter. So your subject should be very much clear what the letter is about. So please keep it in mind when you are writing letter that the subject is very important. Now here we are writing to the letter of to the editor of a newspaper, and we are writing about the bad condition of roads. Next is salutation. We have to address the receiver with proper respect. In case of formal letter, we may write dear sir oblique madam. If we know that the other person is madam, you may write dear madam. If you do not know whether the other person to whom you are addressing the letter is sir or madam, you may simply write dear sir. After leaving some space, that is one line, you may start the body of the letter. The contents of the letter should be range from 100 words to 150 words approximately. If you write the letter of about 400 to 500 words, it will become an article or an essay. So please try to restrict the body of the letter to 100 to 150 words approximately. Body of the letter usually contains 3 paragraphs depending on the situation. In case of first paragraph, we have to introduce ourselves. You can write, I am a resident of Sector 17, Chandigarh. If you have made correspondence in the past, then you can make mention of the same. Then you have to mention the purpose of the letter in brief. In this case, we may say, I want to invite your kind attention towards the bad condition of the roads in our locality. Then we will write the second paragraph and we will give details of the matter. In this paragraph, you may write, there are a lot of potholes in our locality, and whenever there and no day goes when there is an accident is not reported in our locality. I have brought this matter to the public, to the notice of the public authorities many a times, but they are not paying any attention to my genuine request. And at the last of the letter, you may write the third paragraph, which is the conclusion, and you have to mention what you expect. I would request you to uh, insert a suitable. I hope that my letter will find a place in your newspaper and it will draw the attention of the public authorities towards the bad condition of roads, and the necessary action will be taken by them. And at the last of the letter, there is complimentary closure. You have to write thank you, which is followed by yours faithfully. If you do not know the person, normally whenever you are writing to the editor or the police commissioner, you may not be knowing, so you will write yours faithfully. If you know the person, then you will write yours sincerely. But when you are writing to the school principal, you will write yours obediently or yours faithfully. At the last, there is in between this, you have to write signature, you have to write your signatures. Then there is your name. And if you are representing a particular locality, you may be the president of your colony, then you may write president or something else as per the designation of your own. At the last, we whenever we are applying to a job, then we may make the reference of certain papers which we have to include to add with our letter. So we may mention enclosure. Sometimes when we are writing a letter to suppose a police authority, inspector of police, we generally make copy of the same to the higher level officer, that is commissioner of police. So in that case, we use CC. Now we come to the point that there are some popular abbreviations which are used in formal letter. CC is carbon copy. Where is written carbon copy? When you have written, suppose you have written this letter to the SHO, police station, civil lines, Chandigarh. You have reported the matter about theft of the motorcycle. If you want to send a copy of the same to the commissioner of police, you will add CC here. You will write CC to the commissioner of police. If you have added certain points, suppose you are reporting the matter about someone, you are get to apply for a job in some organization, you have to attach certain papers with your letter, that is mark sheet or your degree, So you will here mention ENC, mark sheet, photograph. In this way, enclosure you use. Sometimes their situation may arise that you are working in an office and you are the junior officer and you are writing the letter on behalf of your senior officer. Suppose Sham Chandra is the senior officer and you are writing on his behalf, and but Sham Chandra is not present in the office, but the letter is urgent and Sham Chandra has already advised you to write the letter to the editor. So you will put here PP. PP means on behalf of. You will sign it in your signatures with your signature. You are not Shyamchandar, but you are writing on behalf of Shyamchandar. So you will use PP. Next, we have discussed these 3 points. Sometimes our letter may not finish in one page, so then we will have to use at the last of the, suppose this is the first page and our letter is not complete, we are starting the letter on the second page. So here at the last we will use PTO, which means please turn over. That is, the letter has not finished, it is continuous. CO, sometimes we have to use the word CO in formal letter, which means suppose one of you are writing a letter to someone, but he is residing with someone at other's address. So in that case, we use care of. Rakesh is residing in Ramesh's house. Rakesh, care of Ramesh, 12 Ganga Colony, New Delhi. So you will understand what is the meaning of care of. Department. This is the short abbreviation of department. Continued. Sometimes when you are writing a letter and the letter has not finished, in place of PTO, you may write continued. CONTD dot registered. What is the meaning of registered? It means that the letter has been sent after receipt of the same from the postal authorities and it is written here at the start of the letter and in the center normally. This abbreviation is also used in formal letters. It means that is, if you want to explain something, if you are writing I am a vegan, that is, I do not eat any animal based products. You are clarifying what is the meaning of vegan. Now, what are the various types of formal letters? In our normal life, when we want to inquire from someone about a particular product, you are want to purchase a AC or a TV from a particular dealer which is located in some other city or in other state, you may write a letter to him. It means this is the letter of inquiry. Or you may be asking for some type of service, you want to open a accounts of your employees in some bank, you may write the letter of inquiry. When you want to purchase something, you have to place order, then you will write order letter. When you want to make complaint against someone that the product you have bought is of not good quality or the quantity is not proper or there is some type of problem in the service being provided by the service provider, then you have to write complaint letter. Or sometimes suppose you are running an organization and you have received a complaint letter from your customer and you have to give the reply of the same. This is also a formal letter. While you are running an organization or a business, we have to make communication with other business organizations, between companies, or we have to make correspondence with the employees and with our clients. We may have to write letter to the principal of the school for sick leave, for urgent leave, urgent piece of work, for character certificate, for transfer certificate, for remission of fine, or many other purposes. We may also have to write letter to the police regarding stolen vehicle, theft in house, stolen bag, etc. Then there are instances that we may have to write letter to the bank manager for passbook, ATM card. Sometimes if we are running an organization, we may have to issue appointment letter, or there is also a format of resignation letter. Then in our daily life, we may have faced many problems, and we want to draw the attention of the concerned authorities on specific matter, pollution or water wastage, etc. Or there may be the need of road repair. So in that case, we may also have to write a letter to the editor. For most of these letters, we have already uploaded videos, 33 letters on our website prabkirpaclasses.com. Now we come to the format of informal letter. There is no prescribed format for informal letter. However, we have to keep in mind certain things in the case of informal letter. Normally, the sender's address is usually mentioned in the right hand corner, as you will see here. It is in the right hand corner. But if you write it on here, it will be also correct. In some cases, it is happened that you do not write the complete address. You simply write the name of your city. It will also serve the purpose. That is, when you are writing an informal letter, sender's address may be only the city or your complete address without your name. You are not to mention your name. Then this is followed by some space and you have to write the date. Receiver's address, which is there after the date. Here, in the case of formal letter, you write the receiver's address, that is editor of the newspaper, police commissioner, or any other public authority. But in the case of informal letter, we do not write the address of the recipient. We start with salutation. You can start with dear, dearest, hey, hello, followed by first name, nickname of the recipient. You can write in this way: dear father, dear mother, dear uncle, dearest. You can write the name: dear Mr. Gupta, my dear Ravi, whatever the name of your friend or relative may be. That is, we are not to write the address, the recipient. In case of informal letter, the address is to be mentioned only on the envelope of the informal letter when the letter is posted. After writing the salutation, the body of the letter starts. The content of the informal letter. What is the content? It is up to you. The content can be very long. It is very long. It contains the details of your feelings, experiences, suggestions, or the news. You have passed the examination and you want to tell the same to your father. It depends upon the news. You want to congratulate your friend on his passing the examination, or you have visited a holiday, a, you have visited a very remote place and you want to tell your experiences or your feelings. You may write a letter to your friend or your relative. The tone and content of the letter should be appropriate and relevant to the recipient. Though we have stated that our tone should be always informal That is casual. But again, that should be appropriate and relevant to the recipient. If you are writing letter to your father, mother, or uncle, it will have different tone. If you are writing to your friend, the tone will be somewhat more casual. You may be inviting someone to your birthday function, marriage party, or birthday wishes, etc. Normally, the body of the letter is in three paragraphs. It may vary. Starting of the letter may be just like that. I am fine here and hope you will also be fine there. Or you may write, start the letter. I hope my letter finds you in the best of health and spirits. Then in the next paragraph, you may give the details of the feelings, suggestions, news, etc. And in the third paragraph, you may summarize the letter. Then there is the closure of the letter. To end a letter, you have to write yours sincerely, yours affectionately, followed by sender's name and signature. You may also write yours loving son, brother, sister, as the case may be. In the case of, you can see here how it happens. You may write while closing, looking forward to hearing from you, or you may write, I hope to hear from you soon. Kindly give my regards to your parents and love to the little one, or convey my regards to all family members, or you may simply write bye. And after that, you may write yours sincerely, yours affectionately, or with love, as you deem fit, as per the demand of the situation to whom you are writing. Then, at the last of the letter, you have to write your name and signature. Now, next point is, what is PS? We may also understand that in the case of informal letter, there is no subject line. In the case of formal letter, there was a subject which we have to mention. But in the case of informal letter, there is no subject line before the salutation. Yeah, here you will not find any subject. Format is not prescribed. You may write any number of paragraphs depending on your feeling suggestions. The tone of the letter is friendly and casual. We have not to be very formal. However, we have to be respectful and to use simple language. What is the meaning of PS? Suppose we have written the letter to our friend after writing, I am fine here, I hope you will be also fine. I have, then in the second paragraph, you have congratulated him on his passing the exam, and you have also invited him to your city in the next vacations. And at the last, we may simply write, hoping to meet you soon, yours sincerely. But you have forgot to tell him that your niece is also returning from USA. So at the end of the letter, you may write PS. My niece is also coming to India from USA in February. So, what you had forgot to mention in the main body part of the letter, you may mention by adding PS. PS means postscript. That is what you had to add in the main body of the letter, and you did not, you forget to mention the same, or at the last time, at the last minute, you have, it has struck your mind. So you can mention the same by adding PS. But please note that usually we do not add postscripts in formal letters. In the case of formal letter, we do not use PS normally. We will have to revise the whole document to include new information. If we want to add new information in the case of formal letter, we have to revise the whole document. However, in the case of informal letter, we can use PS, postscript, something you forget to add in the main part of the main body part of the letter here, and or it struck your mind at the last minute after closing the letter or writing complete letter. Thanks for watching. If you like our course, please spare some time to give a star rating to our course.